What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so there has been a lot of speculation over the past several months about LeBron James and his team being involved in the development of a competitive basketball league. When I say competitive, a league that will compete literally against the NBA from a professional standpoint, right? Now, you've been hearing more and more about this in recent weeks. And now, none other than Brian Windhorst of ESPN, he has come out recently and has confirmed this, that Maverick Carter, of course, a longtime friend, childhood friend of LeBron James and one of his business partners, is reportedly working with other investors to raise, I believe, $5 billion to help create this league. This league was supposedly launch sometime next year, I think in the fall of 2026. Now, these are some of the things that show up as far as what's out there, the information that's out there. All right. This league would launch sometime in the fall of 2026. And when I think of it, that would coincide with a potential farewell tour for LeBron James in the NBA. All right. Potentially. 2025-26 season. Having said that, and this is just pure speculation here, LeBron James could be persuaded to play a couple of more years in this league, in this new league, to help build its fan base, to build its credibility, and to build its marketability and its term looking for is financial recoupment. All right. The reports out there that this league is going to have a European flavor. So I guess a European style of play, featuring both men's and women's team. So I guess there will be a females league and a males league, I suppose, and give players equity stakes, but it would prevent them from competing in the NBA. These are just some of the things that are showing up on Google. Now, look, I don't know whether all of this is 100% correct, but this is what kind of shows up, right? The goal would be to create an international basketball league that could compete with the NBA. The target launch date would be in the fall of 2026. It would feature 6 men's and 6 women's teams touring internationally. Players who sign would receive equity in the new league. Players joining this league would not be allowed to continue competing in the NBA. James and Carter are assembling a group of investors, including Redbird Capital Partners and Fenway Sports Group, for this project. The league is envisioned to have a European style of play as opposed to a solely U.S. league. So I don't know what that means. European rules as well, style of play. The thing is, the launch aligns with the potential end, as I mentioned earlier, of LeBron's NBA career as his current contract expires after the 2025-26 season when he would be 41 years of age. There's some strategic leverage. The threat of this league could be a way for James to gain leverage in NBA free agency discussions, ensuring he receives a lucrative offer in case he does want to extend his NBA career. And post-playing career, the initiative could also bridge his playing career to his next chapter, which would have include ownership in basketball. Now, there's some speculation that he's doing this to spite the NBA because it's not looking likely or looking favorable for him to get ownership in the NBA. There's always been this rumbling that he would be an owner, potentially one of these new franchises that might be coming up. Supposedly, one of the two most likely franchises have been um, the return of the Seattle Supersonics, which, if that occurs, that would separate the Thunder completely from the Sonics as far as franchises is concerned. It would retcon the Thunder to being its own individual franchise with one championship, and the Sonics with one championship. But anyway, uh, that's a likely upcoming franchise. And another upcoming franchise is supposedly it's going to be some franchise that's going to form in Las Vegas. That's the one that a lot of people thought that LeBron would be a potential owner or part owner, but it's looking less likely that's going to be the case. LeBron possibly just doesn't have the financial, the equity to make that a reality unless he teams up with someone else. And then it's just something to think that the league just doesn't want him in, and the owners don't want him in as an owner. So some people think he's doing this out of spite, you know, and you can definitely see that argument that he's doing this out of spite because the NBA has given you so much. The NBA has given you your wealth. The NBA has given you unprecedented power and leverage. The NBA has given you so much exposure as being the so-called face of the league for so long, even if it's not even earned at times when it comes to success on the basketball court. They've looked the other way when you've done so many things that have been disastrous and damaging to the NBA. You know what I'm saying? They haven't reported, obviously, some of the things that you've done behind the scenes to teammates. They don't talk about how you've, since Cleveland, and it's just gotten worse, you operate almost like you're a mob boss. You know what I'm saying? Potentially, and purposely trying to ruin basketball careers just because some people don't want to kiss your ass. They don't talk about that version of LeBron James. So at the end of the day, you know, I do think he's like a spoiled brat, you know. And then you have some people, I saw Jewish people talking about this yesterday. You have some people talking about, oh, you guys is hating on the black man. I'm so sick of that shit, man. I'm so sick of how a lot of you dudes only use race when it suits your agenda. You know what I'm saying? Only when it suits your agenda is LeBron this strong black man. But whenever he's getting his black coaches fired, you know, whenever he only, seems to want to do a podcast with, non-black people, um, only when, he seems to associate with anybody that's non-black, then we point that out. Then we're playing the race card, you know. But anyway, we all know this guy's a sneaky bastard. Man, but tell me what you guys think.